Magic is a very peculiar art in terms of scripting because there is a connection with the audience. For me, art, anything that's art, when the performance or the play or the object brings something from the artist. Now that I know that I'm going to fool them, what am I going to do? What idea I'm going to give along with that, right? So they can find meaning to what they are seeing, right? I think that's the thing that may change how you see your repertoire. What are you doing for them?
In this episode of Life of Magic, I'm talking with Juan Herrera, a magician with a strong vision for scriptwriting, storytelling, and innovation in magic. We will explore how these ideas shape his creative process and his view in modern magic. Let's begin. Thank you for being here because this is a pleasure that I can be talking with you many things. And how are you today?
Very fine, brother. It's a big pleasure for me to be part of this crazy idea of yours, and big pleasure to be a part of this new project of your magic world that you have. So thank you very much.
I think I told you before, but I know you before meeting you because I saw a video of you when I was 11 years old, I think, when I was looking for magic in YouTube, and I saw you doing magic very little.
Yes.
And now we're here.
Amazing.
Now, how this YouTube thing
Yes.
started for you?
Yes, YouTube was one of the first places I saw magic in, right? I had some tapes, I knew some blogs that posted magic in internet, but YouTube was the main video container. And one day I thought, well, maybe I can do the same, I can post my videos.
Yes.
And I was very encouraged by my father, by my family in general, but my father loved to record videos, home videos, with a video camera. And he told me, I can record you some videos and we post them and you share them.
Wow.
But like an idea, like something that I could do for sharing my hobby, right?
Yes.
So very lucky to have those kind of parents.
Yeah.
And he spent with me many afternoons in the living room of my house with me.
Wow.
Seeing one take after the other, you know. He was really living that phase with me. He recorded all of my videos in that part of my life. I will be also. Now I think to myself, wow, what a gift, right?
Yeah.
And we started posting them. Magicians started to see them, and I was very lucky because I made new friends. I saw some comments. I also read the reviews, and they started to be watching by a lot of magicians. You know, that many people tell me now, I saw you 15 years ago when you were, I was 10 years old or 11 years old doing routines of Pepe Carroll, Juan Tamarit, you know.
Yeah.
Now I think about it and I say, very brave of doing those kind of effects. But those were the effects that inspired me, that I like to see, and I thought, well, I can try them and share them, you know.
Yeah.
That was a very nice moment.
Yeah. And I met you, and I didn't realize that face was the same one. And then when I realized, we already talked. I think we were in a bar with Dani Da Ortiz, and very late at night in Malaga, I think. And then I realized, talking with you in WhatsApp, but this is not the guy that was in YouTube.
Yes, I was very young in that
Yeah.
moment.
And talking about being young, you entered to the Spanish Society of Magicians
Yes.
at 12 years old.
Yes, 1 year later.
And that time, that was an exception, right? Because that was not in the rules.
Very true, very true. They told me, in that moment, they told me, hey, you have to be above 18 years old to enter the Spanish Society of Magicians, right? In Málaga, it was the magic circle we have in Málaga.
Yes.
El círculo de ilusionistas malagueños, no? Magic circle we have there that I have many friends and it, you know, I love that ecosystem that was
Yeah.
built in that moment because they opened the doors for me. I was 12 years old, but they saw the videos in YouTube and they thought, well, this guy has passion about what he does. He's not here only to listen to the secrets and tell their friends at the school, you know, and they opened me the doors. I did the exam to enter the circle,
Yes.
and you are going to freak out because the person who was one of the judges, Manuel Ojeda, in that magic exam, I presented a routine. He was one of my professors the first year at university.
Wow.
So that is a loop, one of the loops of my life. You know, the first person who approved me on the magic circle because he said yes to the routine that I did. It was one of my first university teachers, university professors. So
Yeah.
how crazy, right? It was a moment where they told me that in Spain you had to be above 18 years old. So I was, as you said, an exception, and I am really pleased to them to open the doors.
Juan, and you have a background in health engineering and cognitive sciences.
Yes.
Is this has influenced your magic?
Yeah, in a very big way, I think, because I've always been a lover of technology.
Yes.
It's maybe my second passion, right? Since I was also very young. I decided to study that degree because of the connection of the life, of human life and human experience, the psychological experience of the humans and technology. I thought in that moment that was the university degree that mixed them the better. So it really brought me the best of my both worlds, the technologist and the magician, right? And yeah, I did engineering studies at the University of Malaga. I graduated a couple years ago, and I am actually an engineer, right? The magic is the art of ingenious,
Yes.
and I also became an engineer. So I think that they are not that separate, you know. The connection between technology and magic has been fascinating to me, and the cognitive science studies I did later in a master's degree offered me the comprehension about that mental processes, attention, memory, because magic in the end is remembering something that didn't happen.
Yeah.
It's a story you tell yourself about what you saw. You missed some parts, somewhere in your memory hides the secret, but you don't record it, right? And that is really one of my big interest in magic, and how language also can be a great tool for magicians. So I use magic as a tool for divulgate and to express these ideas to the audience.
Yes.
I explain how the attention works and how the memory works and why the language and the imagination is important to be part of a impossible moment, right? So that studies that I was able to course at university really helped me in the magic side of my life also. So I really enjoyed it.
That's amazing, man.
Thank you, brother.
And now I know because I heard some stories that along these studies,
Yes.
during your studies, you travel to Prague,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And you met many amazing magicians.
Yes. Yes. University brings you the best because it brings you chaos.
Yeah.
You want to take everything in your backpack, and you have no time, right? You do exams, you do homework, but you also love magic, so you want to combine everything.
Yeah.
I think it's a process that really brought chaos to my life, but gave me amazing lessons. And one of those moments is Prague, is the Prague year. I coursed one of the years there, the third one. I lived in Prague for a year, and there is an amazing community there with Andrei Chenikka, with Philip, Jacob. We became really good friends there with the magic community there. We arranged some lectures, the first lectures I ever did. We also did a gala in a village away from Prague called the Magic Camp, or the magic place. That it was a community of magicians that traveled there, Czech magicians. And during that year, it was the year I knew myself, and it was the year that really taught me the lessons and gave me the themes or the motives I wanted to explore later on the magic effects I presented to the audience. Many of the personal experiences that happened to me over that year have been a great inspiration to my repertoire later. But life experience, personal experience that I later expressed through the effects.
I have envy, Juan.
No, come on. We enjoy that together.
Yeah.
We enjoy that together.
At your 17 years old, you managed to make something amazing. You produced a TV program.
Yes.
How you did that?
With a nice team. I did not produce it alone, but yes. When you are passionate about something in that early age, you carry it with you everywhere you go. That's I think it will be one of my advices to the younger generation we are part of. Carry your magic everywhere. Really find a repertoire that you feel good with and share it with people. It's the best gift that magic can give you. So it was a meal with my parents. I did a little show for my parents and his friends of the ideas I was playing with at that moment. And one of my father friends, Daniel Martinez, who was really the person that trusted me for television for the first time, saw me, Juan, we are starting a production company here in my village. We are talking about Vélez Málaga, where I'm from, my village. We are starting a TV company, and I fell in love with the magic. And I was, thank you very much, thank you very much. And he said, why we don't have a little meeting about an ad, a publicity? Not a magic show or a magic season, no. We want a little ad for the new TV production company in Vélez.
Okay.
A TV ad, right? We had a meeting, my father, Daniel, and me, and the brainstorm was great. And it came a point on the meeting where we saw, this is not an ad. This is not only for 30 seconds. And then Danny said to me, why don't we record a season? We give you full space to think how to fill 4 or 5 hours of television. We split it into 5 episodes and we record a season together. So that's how Sin Trampa ni Cartón, the TV show, was born. We record 5 episodes in my hometown, doing magic on the streets, and that's how it started.
Now you have a new edition, right?
Yes.
And this is the latest thing.
A big TV company in Spain, nationwide, acquired that little TV production company from my hometown. So they saw what we did in 2017.
Yes.
3 years ago, I received a call from Abatel, the TV company I work with now, saying, hey, we saw what you guys did years ago. Can you do the same for the national territory? So I said, great, let's think about an idea or a theme for the show. that was very inspired in what we early did. That was their interest. And that's how a project you do in your hometown
Yes.
can become a bigger thing years later. That's how it's been done.
Juan, and how is the process of writing a TV show?
This new season that we recorded with Abatel, the national TV company, was one of the most exciting creative projects I've been part of, because it was very, very intense.
Okay.
The TV show is about me going to different village in the territory of Andalusia, Murcia, and different towns, meeting local celebrities from those towns, knowing the monuments and the historic side of the town, and also performing magic customized for those people or for those places, right?
Yeah.
And I received the locations the same week. I knew that that weekend I traveled to record because I was living already in Madrid at that time. And on Monday I received the locations, and it was very intense because I only had 5 days, 4 or 5 days to prepare interviews for national gold sport medalists and people who wrote music for films. We invented magic for those people, for that interviews, right? So it was very intense.
With all these projects that you had, you gain a lot of followers in social media. Is this has impacted your career?
I think that the idea of a personal brand in social media is attractive if it shows your vulnerability and your personal stuff, who you are, if you create a profile that is fake only for views and to try the hype and to the hooks that grabs attention, I think that's a form of emptiness there that really does not attract me. But if your personal brand of social media is attached to your persona and who you really are, or it helps you maybe sell a product that you built with your love and your heart, I think it's a nice idea to be there, because it's where everything happens now in our generation. No? Many years ago was TV. They had crazy millions of people watching TV, but now everyone is in social media. So I think that if you use social media as a way to show yourself who you really are, it's a great idea to use it, and maybe from that phase in my life where I posted videos on YouTube with the help of my father, that fear that a person may have to share themselves and share a hobby, I didn't have. I always really enjoyed posting videos and opened what I was learning through these magical years. And I thank you for for what you said. I feel that I'm followed by the right people. I'm from friends and person that I am really in touch with,
Yeah.
that really have an opinion on what you are doing, and I've always tried to be very transparent of the content that I shared, and that's what I will be still doing. Try to really share what I am enthusiastic about, and trying to be as open as possible from the inside.
Juan, and you were a consultant in a theater play. This was called Souvenir, I think.
Yes.
What happened there?
I remember that as a great experience. Fran Perea, who is a very well-known theater and movie actor in Spain, also a singer,
Yes.
offered me to participate as a consultant in the first play he ever directed, because he's a friend of the family. He knew me, that I loved magic, and he offered me to be part of a project who was not a magical project. It was a theater play. So I said, okay, so magic is also great as a tool for a stage and for theater, because he wanted in one of the scenes, Souvenir, the plot of the play is about a person that cannot forget,
Okay.
that his memory is infinite, right? So in one of the moments of the play, one of the objects that the main actor, the main character has in his hands, flew away like a time travel. He
Wow.
wanted to make like a time travel in the scene, so that everything goes backwards. So I was a consultant for that scene, and I went to the rehearsals with the entire theater team. I went to the first play that they did with an audience, and I was lucky enough to live that process of how magic can be a tool for giving a different emotion in a theatrical experience. It was a great moment to live.
Juan, and between all your projects, these creative projects,
Yes.
which has been the most challenging?
Great question. Well, as I explained, the TV season was very challenging because I had to mix the interviews to those amazing people with the magic customized for them in a short time period
Yeah.
of preparation. I also remember as an incredible experience, one of the things I learned in Prague, one of the lessons that I learned there, I called it the beautiful path,
Okay.
is how casualties shape the course of your life. And when a casualty, a coincidence, happens in your daily life, it means you are in the good path, in the good way. I like to see that from that perspective. I was lucky enough to participate in a TED Talk event in Granada, and I wrote a piece based on an amazing coincidence that happened really in real life. Many years ago, maybe 8 years ago, the first video I ever put on Instagram was a performance to Ruth Lorenzo, who was a singer I met in the street. And my father went like, I'm going to record you performing to her. And she was also one of the speakers in the TED Talk event in Granada. That's really happened, a coincidence. So I said, okay, Ruth is not going to remember me from the street. So the end of my talk, it's on my website, so if people want to see the end of the talk, it's a linked effect with the one we recorded many years ago, and that was the end of the talk with her on the stage. So everything came to realization when the video projected. She realized that I am the guy from the streets, and the card touched in the stage connected with the card from the video, right? So that is one of the projects that I enjoyed, and I really appreciate being part of that pool of coincidences. If that is not crazy enough, I performed to Ruth on the streets of Malaga in an event called La Noche en Blanco, the first time I met her. Well, in the TED Talk in Granada, that day where the TED event happened, it was again La Noche en Blanco in Malaga.
Wow.
It's the same event being in Malaga that same night while we were doing the TED Talks.
Wow.
So it's really a time connection somehow. And I took chance of it, and I wrote a piece for the talk about that. And I used Ruth as a volunteer. So that was challenging to squeeze, to say, okay, how can we take advantage of this crazy situation that is happening, right? But it's one of the things that may be part of the future of my magical repertoire. I'd like to explore that concept of the beautiful path. To the audience, if you ever live a casuality or a coincidence in your daily life that feels surreal, it's like the life is playing a magic trick to you, please text me. It's one of my passions. I like to collect coincidences from people, and in the future, maybe you'll see something about the beautiful path itself. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but it's one of the upcoming projects for sure.
Juan, I know you from long ago, and I know you pay a lot of attention to the presentation of any effect.
Yes.
How important do you feel the script is in magic?
Magic is a very peculiar art in terms of scripting because there is a connection with the audience, right? It's not like cinema or comedy where there is a fourth wall most of the times and you can have a script, a solid script. Magic plays for me in terms of structure, in terms of what premise do you associate with every effect. One of the questions I always have in mind is, what does this effect mean, right? And from that, from the contrast of that effect produces, I try to find a fiction meaning, and that's the premise I use to talk to people, right? Scripting and having a premise can help you to make the audience forget that there is a rational cause to the effect, that you have a great sleight of hand, that you have really nice secrets. It's not about being more clever than the audience, it's giving them a reason they can be hooked to enjoy the effect, right? That's where I think that the scripting and having a premise can really work for them to enjoy more what they are seeing. That's for me at this moment. That's where the scripting side of magic is about: is structure, premise, and giving them a cause for the effect that they are seeing.
Juan, can you give me an example of a script premise?
For me, the one I love the most is the flying cigarette.
Okay.
Right? You can take a cigarette and you can suspend it into the air and make it levitate. And you say, oh wow, I have powers, right?
Yeah.
The cause of this effect is the magician cleverness, how good I am. Where does the scripted effect of this comes from? You can say, I have a cigarette. I don't know where I read this. The concept is not mine. It's just the one I love the most to understand this. You can take a fan, a flamenco fan,
Yeah.
put it below, and then you release the cigarette and do like this. The effect is the same. It's the contrast between you holding the cigarette and you don't holding the cigarette. But the cost changes. Here, you are levitating with your powers, and with the fan, you are creating the fictional universe of the air column holding the cigarette. So for me, this is a very interesting scripting premise for the audience member, because they are not interested in you anymore. You are not, as a magician, you are not part of the equation. You are creating a space, a experience, a new universe, right? That's the better example of how can you use scripting in your favor, in creating a more rich experience from your magic to the audience.
Quick pause. If you are enjoying this conversation and you are interested in enhancing your magic, hit the subscribe button. We release one deep interview every 15th of the month, so don't forget to turn on the bell to make sure you don't miss it. Let's back to the episode. When do you think magic is art?
For me, art, anything that's art, when the performance or the play or the object brings something from the artist, right? It's a personal touch. It has a personal touch. A ball of paper is not art. But if I roll the paper in a way that means something from inside me, now I'm the artist and that's the piece of art. It's a really bad example, but I think it makes the point, right? So you can use that scripting to change the cause of the effects you are presenting to the audience, and blend it with your personal story, and maybe offer an idea you have learned, and that turns to be the cause of the effects, of the magic effects you present. That makes the magic an author magic. Now you can be behind the effect as the cause. Your personal stories and your inner world is not, I'm going to fool you. No, it's, I've lived something and I'm going to use that experience, and then using magic as a vehicle to share it to the audience.
What do you think is the most important thing in magic?
Well, first, love it, enjoy it, and enjoying the craft of putting time to see how you can take advantage of one effect or the other, right? I think the craft is very important, and you enjoy doing magic if you have put the craft before and you have spent time with an effect in mind, and you enjoy writing it and see how you can present it to the audience, right? But for me, I think that magic presents an impossible idea to the audience, and that idea breaks their belief systems. They are seeing something new for the first time, something that they cannot put anywhere in their beliefs, in their mental models that they have from their daily life, right? It's wow, something new. So as magicians, I think that the most important thing is to take that peace of mind that presents a new space in their mind and giving them something that they can take advantage on their life, using magic and using the void that magic creates in their mind to put there a seed, something useful for them. Maybe it's an idea, maybe it's a lesson that you have learned from magic. Not focusing on fooling them or using magic as, this is how clever I am and you are not, right? This is just to fool you. No, no, no. Use that empty space that is being created on their mind to plant an interested scene that is interesting for them, for their daily life, for their new future that they will be living from your performance, right? I think that's the thing that may change how you see your repertoire. What are you doing for them?
Yeah, you are bringing meaning to
Exactly.
the magic.
Exactly. Help them to find that meaning, right? Scripting is about that. Is okay, I know I'm going to fool them. Now that I know that I'm going to fool them, what am I going to do? What idea I'm going to give along with that, right? So they can find meaning to what they are seeing, and that might be useful for their life in the end, right? This, of course, is a concept that comes from great masters like Gaby Pareras in Barcelona, that fictional world around your magic. Help them to suspend their disbelief and to appreciate what they are seeing.
Juan, and there is something that you have been working on.
Yes.
It's called I Hocus,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What is this about?
It's a project that combines those two passions we talked before, right? That technological side with magic. So it's my solution for a prediction that happens in the phone of the spectators.
Wow.
For me, I'm in love with the method, with the external life of the effect, and the scripting we wrote for those pieces that are along with the platform. It's a platform that you can perform 7-8 effects based on the same method. You know the method, and
Yeah, it's amazing. It's the best thing I have ever seen. It's perfect. It's flawless, I feel.
Thank you.
And it feels like you don't have any gimmick.
Exactly.
It's inexistent, I think.
It blends with the script
With the script, with
very
the
well.
presentation, yes.
Very well.
Juan, and where do you sell it?
I only present it in lectures, Of course, people can contact me through social media that they have below, in the links below, if they are interested to know more.
Yeah.
I presented it a couple years ago in a USA tour I did with great friends, in company of Julio Montoro and Adri Lopez from Malaga, great friends from, we were very young. We did New York, San Francisco, LA, and Las Vegas.
Wow.
And yes, I present iHocus in those lectures. It has a crazy end story in that USA tour, because we finished the tour on David Copperfield's museum. We were lucky enough to visit it, to visit David's museum, and that place is the epicenter of the blend of magic and technology. There you see Robert Houdin clocks and inventions, and you are aware of how important technological breakthroughs have been in the magic world, and how present they have been along magic history. So what does like the piece of the cake
Wow.
of that USA tour, an experience I will never forget. We met many heroes in that trip.
This is a different question.
Okay.
If you could present any effect, any magic trick to somebody of the past
Okay.
or the present, who will it be and why?
If you would have made me this question 1 year ago, I would have told you Ferran Adrià. I am really interested in the creative process they lived on El Bulli for many years. They created an amazing restaurant from nothing, and what happened there in creative meanings was a very important breakthrough on cuisine history that I'm interested in. I like the similarities between the kitchen world and the magic world. A chef, a magician, a dish, an effect, an audience, and the spectators, there are some parallelism. But I was lucky enough to meet Ferran last year, and I performed him a magic effect.
And you did an experience, a show combining
Exactly,
everything, right?
exactly. That conversation I had with Ferran gave me the idea of writing a show that combines the cuisine and the kitchen world, a high-end menu, with a magic show, because he told me that every chef have also a premise in every dish. Every dish presents an idea. So I said, well, maybe it's a nice idea to write a show about.
Juan, and how deep you combine magic with the menu?
Great question. This is for private events, and the experience is called gastromagical experience, experiencia gastromágica in Spanish. They send me the menu, and I take the idea of the chef in every dish and try to see how can those scripting premises that every chef, every high-end chef wants for the people who is in the table, right? It's not only eat this food. Like in magic, it's not I'm going to fool you. No. Kitchen in that level also presents an idea, experience, right? So they send me the menu, and I try to see how can my repertoire be in touch with what the chef wants to talk about, right? So we create, the chef and me, have some meetings before the dinner and see how can we work together, blending both repertoires.
Wow, that's very
That's the
cool.
creative process of that show.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Thank you. But if you ask me a person that I haven't performed yet, I would love to talk about magic with Antonio Banderas. And I know his love for theater, and he has a project in Malaga about theater and play. I would love to know Antonio Banderas' opinion about magic and about the scripting process we talked before. So that will be my answer now.
Looking ahead, Juan, do you have any upcoming projects?
No one knows this. I've never write about this any place. It's going to be named if cards could talk.
Wow.
That's going to be the premise of the show. It's magic with cards, presenting all of these ideas we have talked about personal experiences through your repertoire, through the effects I present. And all of these premises, I've opened a blog on my website, and I will be writing posts about these new effects that I'm writing. The first post is about secrets and the meaning and the power of keeping secrets, and that's where my focus is right now. Maybe writing a play, and in partnership to that, writing on the blog about the discoveries that happens thanks to the show. And of course the beautiful path with this crazy concept of how casualties shape your daily life and your destiny, your path, right? And that's where I'm going to be focused on. Maybe I will go back to another TV season in the near future, but that's in the air to happen. I don't know, maybe yes.
I'm going to be in the first row also in this show.
You will, you will, 100%.
Juan, do you think we can finish this interview with a magic trick?
Of course,
Can you do
of course.
something?
I love to show you a piece that I love and I have prepared for your audience. I think you like it, so let's go to the table. Every time we perform magic to our audience, that effect, that idea we present, grows in their imagination.
Yeah.
With the passage of time, right? Creating amazing memories or amazing conversations they will have. It's like the butterfly effect, right? You know the theory of the butterfly effect?
Yes, yes.
That the flutter of a butterfly can produce a bigger thing, maybe an earthquake, you know? A flutter of the butterfly here can produce a tsunami in other part of the world. I like that idea of a little thing producing later on a bigger thing in your life,
Okay.
right? And I think magic relates to that. We are going to create a tribute, a homage to that beautiful aspect of magic, okay? First of all, I think it's fair, I'm going to give these cards a little riffle shuffle, and you, my friend, will do the honors
Square.
of squaring it. Yes, perfect. Please, end the square. Okay, we will do a butterfly effect with the cards. Okay? We will create one, and we will create it between you and me.
Okay.
I will predict where it will end. Okay, I have in my pocket here what I think is going to be the end of your butterfly effect.
Oh my God.
Okay, a lot of drama, right? Here it's perfectly fine. And you are going to decide, you are going to predict, because you are a magician too, you are going to predict how long it's going to take, the process of the butterfly effect,
Okay.
right? I have 52 cards here, so it will be around a minute.
Okay.
So tell me any number of seconds between 50 and 60.
55.
You want 55 seconds, okay. So we have a butterfly effect that will end here and will be 55 seconds long.
Okay.
I know it sounds weird, but it will make sense when we leave the butterfly effect, okay? So I drop cards here, okay? Or better, you are a magician. So honestly, we shuffle the deck, we decide the thing we are going to create together. You are going to choose the starting point of the butterfly effect. Any card, and we will count from that.
Here.
Okay? You want this one or this one?
This one.
So this one will be the beginning of your butterfly effect, right?
Okay.
Two of spades. So what we will do with this shuffle deck is counting from 2. Are you ready?
Okay.
Watch. This is your butterfly effect. 2, 1, 2. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 1. Another 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 9. You see how we are doing. If you choose another different card, this card will be completely different, right? You choose a story of this deck of cards with these two. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is queen, this is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 3. 1, 2, 3. This is 1. This is another one. This is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can't count anymore. You choose the beginning of your butterfly effect, and it ends on the 9 of hearts. Right?
Yes.
I predict the end of your butterfly effect with this blue card from the beginning. Your story ended on the 9 of hearts, and this card is exactly turn over.
Oh my God.
The 9 of hearts.
It's amazing.
It's the end of the butterfly effect you created.
Wow.
How cool.
Wow,
But
Juan.
you predict something.
No.
You said it was going to be 55 seconds long, right? 2 plus 3,
5.
7, 9, plus 11 is 20, plus 9 is 29, plus 12 is 41, 44, 45, 46, and 55.
Wow.
So that's your butterfly effect, my friend.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you so much. Now, Juan, this is amazing, Juan. Now, maybe if you feel, can you give us some last words for finishing this interview?
Yes, of course. First of all, thanking you for having me in your space. I hope you have enjoyed this little piece that I'm working on and the interview you wonderfully made. I just want to say, people, that we are around a tremendous hobby. We are so lucky to be part of this magical ecosystem we live in, and that's thanks to magic, to our love about it. And enjoy it. Just find your repertoire, find what you can provide through it, and just live the magic of life, as you say. So it's been a real pleasure. I hope we are in touch for future events. And that was it. Thank you very much to all.
Before we end, I would like to hear from you. What idea from this episode stayed with you the most? Please leave a comment below. Your thoughts really help us guide future conversations. Thanks for watching Life of Magic podcast. Very good. ¿Cómo hiciste eso?
Está curioso, ¿eh?
Joder.